Hello everyone, Dave here back with another video. Hope you all are well. Welcome back to another episode of the series on my channel called The Perfect Anime Game. This is a series where I take an anime and a video game, sometimes a specific game, sometimes just a genre of games, and basically I combine them together and sit here and talk with y'all about a hypothetical anime game that I think would really bang, like a game that I think would be phenomenal. And I hope y'all enjoy it. It's a fun discussion. I enjoy anime, I enjoy games, I enjoy anime games, even though most of them aren't that great. But I enjoy the discussion, I enjoy just the hypothetical nature of it, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it too. So, today, we're going to be talking about the perfect Gundam game. Gundam is a series that I really like. It's very popular for a reason. It's got a lot going on. There's a lot of combat. There's a lot of political intrigue. There's a lot of character growth. There's just this ripe universe that I think could really make for a great video game. Obviously, we all know Gundam has had many, many games, of varying genres. One of my personal favorites is one of the newer ones that came out, which is SD Gundam Battle Alliance. Shameless plug, I have a video, or I'm sorry, a playlist on my channel of every SD Gundam video that I have made. If you guys are curious, that is on, that is on my channel. If I remember to, I'll link it in the description. And I definitely recommend that game. If you guys are looking to get into it, I also have a video, for tips and tricks for new players getting into it. So, yeah. So there's a shameless plug aside. But one genre that I feel like Gundam hasn't tapped into nearly enough is like the tactical turn-based genre. Not that I'm not saying that those games don't exist. I honestly don't know for sure. I've never played a turn-based like tactical Gundam game. The closest I've gotten is Super Robot Wars, which isn't even a Gundam game, but it does feature Gundam characters. But that game is more in the realm of Fire Emblem and excuse me, why can't I speak here? It's more in the realm of Fire Emblem, a little bit of Final Fantasy Tactics, those things. But one tactical turn-based genre that I think would suit Gundam so well is Xcom, especially the newer ones by Firaxis. I think if you gave Firaxis the keys to the Gundam license, they would make an excellent game. Where do I start? I think the biggest thing that immediately makes me interested is the customization. Firaxis's XCOM games have a deep amount of customization. You can change your soldiers' names, you could change their armor colors, their accessories, throw a hat on them, throw a bandana on them, who cares? I'm a big sucker for visual customization. I love any sort of thing that I can customize my characters or my, anything like that. And Gundam is ripe for that. I mean, the Gunpla community is, even going outside of video games, the whole Gunpla community is big on building Gundams and putting the pieces together and the customization too, swapping pieces out, different colors, different models. So I think that right there, there's that Gundam Breakers game, which I admittedly didn't play much of, but what I did play of it seemed to be primarily, about, the customization elements of Gundam. And I think you pair that with the Firaxis elements, you could get a really interesting way of customizing your own troop, your own squad of Gundam. And then that adds, further expanding into the way that XCOM or Firaxis's XCOM games are played is not only are you customizing their looks, but you're customizing their skills, and that gets you like way more attached to your characters, to your Gundam. You know, in XCOM, you'll have a character, a guy that you started training since they were a lowly private, and now they're like your top guy, your top general. They have all the skills. You know, they're you know, your go-to troop. They have a bunch of kills. They're like their top op on each mission, and then you could get to a mission where they get killed, where they die, and now you're thinking, oh wow, what am I going to do here, you know? And it's that kind of risk versus reward system of like, do I restart the mission, do I save scum and restart so I don't lose my favorite soldier, or because this mission was so difficult, do I, you know, decide to keep going, and give up on my soldier? And that's something that I think weighs heavy in the Gundam universe, because there's a lot, again, there's a lot of you know, political intrigue there. There's a lot of, you know, because Gundam is, you know, a mech anime, obviously, but at the end of the day, inside those mechs, there's still real people, real men and women fighting in these battles. It's still grounded in that regard. You know, so losing one of your favorite Gundam, you're not only losing a really great mobile suit, but you're losing a pilot, which again, I think could really introduce some fun stories that the player can create themselves, and I think would just suit the Gundam license really well. Stepping back a little bit to the customization aspect of it, I talked about the visual customization just because that's personally a big selling point for me, and I'm a big sucker for visual customization. But like I mentioned before, in XCOM, you have your gunners, you have your snipers, you have kind of your medics. That can one-to-one transfer over to Gundam as well, because you have different Gundam units. You have melee units, you have snipers, you have these big heavy tank type units, you have regular infantry. So you can also customize your squad in that regard as well. So again, the skill systems, the world, I think fits really well, because this is a world of war. I mean, no pun intended, but every Gundam iteration, it's militant. There's war. It's constant chaos. But you know, if you focus on other Gundam iterations that maybe aren't as combat heavy, you know, something like the Origin or whatever. I choose that one in particular. I know it's not one of the more popular ones, but that's one that I watched where I remember, wow, not a whole lot of combat happens here. It's more political. And in XCOM, there's a fair amount of politics. It's not like crazy deep, but you have the different countries vying for your attention, all funding the XCOM program. And if you choose one over another, the other one gets kind of mad at you. They may pull out of the XCOM project. Their terror level goes up. They, you know, they fall into bigger disarray. And then the country you do help, you know, they'll keep supporting you. And I feel like that could also, again, lend itself heavily to the Gundam universe, because there are all these different factions vying for each other's attention, vying for each other's, you know, support. So you get faction A who wants your help and faction B who wants your help. You choose one or the other one's going to get mad at you and potentially then attack you back. Who knows? I don't, you know. But I think it's such a rich universe, and those political those types of political intrigue type systems could really lend well to the XCOM format, to the way that, you know, not only the combat in XCOM is played, but the resource management, the, you know, world traveling aspects of it. You know, you could build up your base, much like you build up your XCOM base. You could build up your Gundam base, increase your hangar, you know, build different rooms for, you know, your faculty members who aren't, you know, combat focused, you know, so you can unlock new Gundam parts, new weapons, new arm, things of that nature. Pretty much, because XCOM is so militant, a lot of that could one-to-one just transfer over. Just slap a Gundam coat of paint on everything, and you've got a pretty good game. I feel like it's kind of a no-brainer and kind of something that I feel like if it doesn't exist already, it definitely should. So yeah, that's kind of, I guess, all I got to talk about. At the end of the day, take XCOM, slap a Gundam coat of paint, and sell it to me, please. I will buy it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Again, I love this series of the perfect anime game because, again, I love anime and I love games. And I think there are a lot of really great properties that would make for some really great games if developers gave it a chance. I know anime can sometimes be a difficult nut to crack because you never know if people are gonna like a specific property enough. You never know if it's gonna sell well enough because not everyone knows this specific property. But I think Gundam is a I think Gundam is a well-loved enough franchise to where you could get away with this. Like you could safely make this game and have it do well. But I'm no expert. I'm just a guy on the internet talking. But anyway, if you like the video, let me know. Feel free to comment down below. I would love to talk to you guys a little more in depth about this. And if you have any other game anime crossovers that you either want me to give my 2 cents on or just want to let me know, hey Dave, I think this would be a cool game too. I'll say, hell yeah, that'd be a cool game. And, hopefully we can talk more about it. So I appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.